Are seeing the pressure now starting to build for Team Liquid, though, and this was exactly what I was looking for. This is the beatdown.
We have double Lava Hound. Remember, there is no poison in this match, so try to deal with those pups, or look at that graveyard. In the first match, we didn't talk about it much. Look at it here again. If you don't have poison, how do you deal with all those skeletons spawning on the board?
Well, now you've also got freeze to add into this mix. There's so much to discuss here, but poison would have been a great answer here. We are seeing a fairly solid hold here for Fnatic. We do have the Hound connecting onto this right-hand tower, but there is a beautiful combo executing onto that. The tornado is there with the fireball, so clean.
Classic. Even though you don't have poison in this 2v2, tornado and big spell together, whether it's rocket or fireball, that gets so much value. As we move towards double elixir time, Fnatic defending that right-hand tower, nearly down to 1,000, just over 1,100 hit points left. Diego B and Surgical Goblin holding strong against Lemon T and Dion.
There just doesn't feel like there's been a moment in this set so far where Fnatic has felt in control. It always feels like Team Liquid is dictating the pace. They're just trading slightly better on every single encounter, but finally it looks like Fnatic is going to take the initiative, dropping this graveyard in the back. The freeze is going to be there as well. Finally getting some damage here. This is exactly what they were looking for.
And a little of their own medicine on that side, but did they spend too much elixir as Surgical Goblin and Diego B put their own graveyard push on the right-hand tower?
This is huge. Both of these teams playing very similar decks here in this matchup. And oh my, this right-hand tower is getting solo. The pups are here. Can they find it? One more attack, and yes, that is going to be it. It's all on to Fnatic right now. They only have 15 seconds. They need to get down this left-hand tower.
As we approach the last 10 seconds, can Fnatic chip this thing away? Down to 620. I don't know if they have anything in store to take that tower down. And a GG coming from the side of Team Liquid. That is it, as you might have thought. Two of the best players in the world show why we view them that way.
Oh me, oh my, what a convincing game from Team Liquid. They looked so impressive from start to finish in both games. They just looked dominant.
Well, there was a big moment here. Right now we're taking a look at one of the replays. We're going to get that big collecting the tornado together, using the big spell, something you should definitely be looking at, especially playing competitive 2v2. But another huge swing moment is when Fnatic made that graveyard push on the left-hand side. They went all in. They didn't have elixir, and Goblin and Diego B knew what to do, and they punished that right tower, and that was about it. Your winners in this 2v2 match, taking a 1-0 lead, Surgical Goblin and Diego B.
But that is only our first set. There is more to come here in the Clash Royale League for Europe. Up next is the 1v1. This is competitive Clash Royale like you know it best. This is going to be a little bit more precise. This is a little bit more finesse perhaps here coming in. In this 1v1 matchup, anything is possible. Team Liquid, Fnatic, two powerhouses. I can't wait to see what happens.
Can Team Liquid close this out now? Or will Fnatic get back in and send us to that final, that King of the Hill overtime? This is Clash Royale League. This is 1v1. It's about to get crazy.
The dynamic duo from Team Liquid rolled through 2v2. But their lead is as fragile as a god without his shield. Will Fnatic wage a counter push and even the match? Well, a 1v1 showdown will decide it.
We're ready for the second set of this match between Team Liquid and Fnatic, the 1v1. And unlike the first time, we have what I think is a much more even matchup on paper.
On paper, yes. I mean, Asuchini representing Fnatic, this guy is a beast. This guy has so many accolades to his name, but if you look across the board, Azealis, this guy has done so much work in the scene, and his confidence, every single time this guy plays, he plays with style.
Number 8 in the world, second place at King's Cup. Azealis, definitely a dangerous player, and that's why you didn't see Surgical Goblin in 1v1, because you have a guy you know you can rely on. But don't count out Asuchini. Let's look at the new ban cards we have for our second set. From Azealis banning that Valkyrie, and the Electro Wizard from Asuchini. Paul, why might he be banning that Electro Wizard?
So Asuchini is known for, on occasion, perhaps, playing a card, I don't know, Sparky, perhaps. And is there a card that maybe counters Sparky in some?
Electro Wiz, a great counter for Sparky, obviously. And Asuchini, known as one of the best Sparky players in the world. So that might be tipping that's direction he's going. But we've seen some gamesmanship. On the other hand, that Valkyrie...
Is he trying to bait it out?
Very possible. We have 1v1 on its way. Can Asuchini tie it up? Or will Azelis seal the victory? This is Clash Royale League. Let's get started.
Let's get into our 1v1 here. Team Liquid going to look to make it a convincing 2-0, but it's time for Fnatic to fight back.
And we have those Spear Goblins at the bridge. Notice play just off center. That gives them a chance to get one more hit on the tower.
It's little things like that we call it min-maxing, finding those optimal points of value. And hey, look! Royal Hogs.
Wow, banning the Valkyrie and the Royal Hogs come out even with the Fireball, still getting some good value on that left tower.
This is exactly what we were expecting here when we saw that ban going in. And now the Inferno Dragon actually getting pretty easy. Oh, the Zap coming in once again. Zap is so crucial for resetting that Inferno Dragon.
Huge reset there, but you're still going to get a couple of big hits. The right-hand tower for Azelis already down to just 1,300 hit points.
Yeah, the right hand and the left hand of that Mega Knight doing work on that tower there. And now we are seeing just a solid defense here coming out, but already Asuchini basically drawing first blood here, getting that tower down to only 1,300 HP.
Very versatile, those Spear Goblins. Notice how he used them to distract the Inferno Dragon. Kind of an underrated card, in my opinion.
I would absolutely agree, and it's having these small units in your deck, those cheap elixir cost, help cycle through, find those maximum points of value, find those defense, and just help take the pressure off from those big game-changing cards.
And Paul, did we expect this? Royal Hogs from both sides.
This is actually really interesting here. So, of course, Royal Hogs sitting in a really good spot right now in the meta. A lot of people are saying that this card is the card to watch out for. Both of these players showing it off right now, but the Mega Knight connecting here onto this tower, and the Inferno Dragon not following it. This is actually huge. Perfect positioning of those Spear Goblins.
We have a mirror match on our hands, folks. Both players showing the same deck, and one of them has to prove that they are better with the same cards.
Well, I was going to say, it's a kind of a rough situation now trying to show off this mirror matchup because the Mega Knights have been the star so far, but the Mega Knight for Azelis is absolutely the MVP.
Asuchini's right-hand tower very, very low at under 300. Just a couple of spells away from being finished. He has to get one of these towers in range if he's going to have hope as we go into the final minute and double elixir time.
One of the things I'm so impressed with is how both of these players have done so much damage to both of these towers. The split pushing potential between the Zappies, between the Royal Hogs, between the Bats have been getting so much value.
And now down to 223, still out of fireball range is the right-hand tower of Asuchini, but getting very, very close.
And every single time splitting up these Royal Hogs, wanting to deny massive value there with that fireball as well. Potentially looking to bait it out potentially here too. But now we see the defense from Azelis was just too much to deal with. Look at this push coming in rich.
Those Royal Hogs going to get to the tower on the right-hand side, and now it goes down. Not even fireball needed. Azelis pulling ahead with the final 10 seconds. That's going to be it, folks. This is an amazing performance by Azelis of Team Liquid.
Azelis putting on a clinic right now, showing how to play this deck to perfection. What a solid game number one from Team Liquid.
Very interesting. Asuchini banning the Electro Wizard. We thought we might see his favorite card. We didn't see it that time. Maybe that's too predictable, but maybe we'll see it again. And here we go. A big time replay. A huge moment in the match. We're going to get the Inferno Dragon on that MK, on that Mega Knight, but doesn't do enough damage. He gets through and puts huge hits on that right-hand side.
0 leaked elixir.
0 leaked elixir for Azelis.
That is actually insane. That is perfection coming in from Azelis in that matchup. That is mastery of the craft right there. I have never seen that before. That is insane.
That is so fast and so quick. You noticed almost 2 leaked elixir there for Asuchini. We're going to talk about this all the time during the next few weeks. Leaked elixir is one of the most important factors. Almost 90% of the time, the person that leaks the most elixir loses the match.
So leaking elixir basically means it's building up in your barn. You're not spending it. You're not getting the maximum value out of that. That means there was never a moment there where he wasn't getting maximum value out of his cards.
So next up, the second game of this set. Will Asuchini make some adjustments? Will he bring out that Sparky he's so well known for and probably ban the Ultra Wizard for, or will he do something else to throw off Azelis?
Let's find out as we get into this next game. I love it. Let's get right on into the action here. Both of these players can look to build to 10, but we'll see what comes out. We could see a different deck, or maybe see more of the same.
Keep it in mind that Team Liquid now is 1 game away from sweeping and winning the match, shutting out Fnatic all the way from top to bottom.
That would be actually insane at this level of play. So many phenomenally talented players could do it in just 4 games. On the left-hand side, the Royal Hogs come down, but I like this adjustment. The bowler has arrived.
The bowler is a great, not a hard counter for Royal Hogs, because really there's no real one-card hard counter for Royal Hogs right now, but the bowler does do a good job of minimizing the damage, keeping it just to a few hundred points.
That's really going to be a huge factor here, is how these Royal Hogs are played. Traditionally, again, in that last match, we saw them split, but in this situation, we actually saw them all together as one. I wonder what that thought process was for Azelis going for this change. He was really just trying to catch Asuchini off guard.
Very possible. So far, it looks like Azelis running the same deck back again, but now we see Graveyard Poison coming from Asuchini, really trying to put a move on that left-hand tower.
Yes, but responding in kind is going to be Azelis. We have the Royal Ghost there. Actually did a pretty good job of shutting that down. So that was a pretty nice little play there from him. Well, really good value, actually, out of that Graveyard Poison.
Playing a Splash Yard variation for Asuchini, really smart move here, especially with those Royal Hogs. After he